Stay Shinin' with your host, Diamond Holly. So, like I said in the last episode, we want to make sure that we keep expanding, keep learning, and keep figuring ourselves out. So, I want to touch base on how I've been doing this October. I feel like October is one of my favorite months. I love this season. It's fall, and it's been raining a lot in San Diego, and the vibes have just been immaculate. I've definitely been taking my time and trying to read more. I've been reading Harry Potter because, it's what you read. You read Harry Potter around this time and watch Harry Potter movies. So that's what I've been doing. I've been going on 5 a.m. music rides, just listening to my Halloween playlist or fall songs. My genre changes this time of year. So I'm just listening to my music in the mornings, going on long walks because it's nothing like Arizona. It's very scenic around here where I live. So just taking the time, being mindful, journaling more because there's thoughts I want to get out. I feel like journaling is super important, and I always try to push journaling on everyone that I talk to. It's good to put everything that you're thinking about on a piece of paper and have clarity in your mind so you can get all that clutterness out. Put it on a piece of paper. I feel like back in the day when I used to talk about journaling, people were like, that's kind of weird, but journaling is normal and it should be more natural, and it's a great way to get those thoughts out, put ideas on a piece of paper. It's therapeutic, and I wanted to share journaling. I've also been meditating with my crystals. Meditating is something that I also do to have a clear mind, and I don't know, I feel like my crystals is just to add to it, great energy. My friend has a crystal company called Angelic Crystals, and I was like, oh, okay. So she has a wide variety of a bunch of cute crystals. I have some on the table, but I just been incorporating that. I feel like it's just peaceful. I want to feel clear-minded and peaceful, and just making things that I do feel relaxing and the vibes are good. So that's how I've been doing this October. But now I want to touch base on my company, Diamond Holly Productions. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about how I came up with the idea. I want to talk about how far it's come, what my end goal is with Diamond Holly Productions. And it's even crazy for me to even be saying Diamond Holly Productions out loud because it's been a long time coming. I feel like this company of mine has been on my mind for so long, and it's something that I always knew that I needed to do. It's something that I knew that was on the plan and that was going to come to life. So basically, years ago when I had the idea of Diamond Holly Productions, I knew there was a lot of things. I've always known there was things that there was a lot of things that I needed to get done and do in my life. And at first I was like scatterbrained. I didn't know how I was gonna put all this together and make it work. And then I realized I can put all this under Diamond Holly Productions and make it a whole big thing. So that's exactly what I did. Years ago, I made a diamond on a notepad. I drew a diamond in the middle of the paper. I put here what I wanted to do here, what I wanted to do here. Kept adding to the list over the years, creating a business model, a plan for Diamond Holly Productions, and finally being able to share that with the people around me and help me create this vision of mine. And I came a long way. I've always wanted to keep adding on to my company and making sure that it can grow in different aspects. At first I never wanted it to be something small. And what I mean by that, I never wanted to have one thing under Diamond Holly Productions. I needed to have multiple things that can unfold throughout the entire time I'm building my company. So I feel like that was super important to me. And I've came a long way. I'm super proud of getting this vision out and having this show under Diamond Holly Productions, having my own set and growing. I feel like that's my goal with this company. I want to grow the community. I want to grow where I'm coming from, the set. I want to grow my team. I want to grow within the company. There's a lot of aspects in Diamond Holly Productions that I can't do alone. And at first I was like, when I was coming up with the business model, I was like, there is no way I'm gonna be able to do this all alone. I had bits and pieces of everything, but there was still those holes where I was like, okay, I need a team. I need people who are gonna back this up, who are gonna get on board with me. And when me and my dad were watching this podcast the other day, LeBron and DJ Khaled was on there, and he was like, the way I work, I need a dream team all the time. And when I said spin that back, and the way I work, I need a dream team all the time. And so once I was able to really lock in with myself, other people around me were able to lock in with me and help me create this vision. And it's true, I really do need a dream team all the time. Like, and that's how I feel like life should be about. People feel like they need to do this stuff alone. They need to get their business out alone, but you can't do it alone. You need people who are going to back you up, and you need people who are going to support you. And most importantly, you need to make sure that you are wholehearted into it, and make sure that you are able to support yourself for other people to believe and support you. So I feel like my business it's been very unexpected. And another thing, my dad and my brother have come to me this year, and they were like, it was unexpected. I didn't know that my vision was going to take off this year. I knew I had it in me, but I didn't think that it was going to, it all came so fast. I was like, okay, now my ideas, now you guys, the ideas are there. It's being shared, and it's being shared, and I didn't know how fast it was all going to come, but I was prepared. I was for sure prepared for everything that was coming, and it's a great feeling. I feel so great and rewarded because I've had these plans on a piece of paper for years now, and to be able to talk about my company that you guys are going to see unfold, and that I'm going to see, and the whole journey is going to be fulfilling and great, and I'm so positive in all of this. I'm super positive. I'm glad to help other people and give other people. I have gotten such great feedback from the other episodes, and I just know I've done my job. I checked one thing off my list, and that is the goal. I want to make sure, like I said in the last episode, to keep making sure I get these goals, these little tiny goals knocked off my list, and keep working and expanding. So these 3 months, I have this time to really, really put everything that I have on paper and make it come to life for you guys. And these 3 months is crunch time for me. So I'm in the mode. I'm so serious about my business. Diamond Holly Productions is something that you guys are going to see way more. And I am just incredibly proud, and everyone who's helped me create Diamond Holly Productions. And so I'm proud of myself. Good job, Diamond. Yeah. Taking accountability. I feel like in the past, I did not do that well at all. When it came to talking to other people, trying to get input, I definitely didn't listen. I thought what I knew was the way, and that was it. And when people were telling me things about myself, I genuinely did not care. I did not listen. But after a while, I had to really sit with myself and saturate in that, and realize what they were telling me was habits and things that do not resonate with me at all and weren't like me. So I feel like I've definitely taken accountability in my life now, and know what I want to do, what I don't want to do, and how I don't want to act, and all that. I've came a long way, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's just, that's also setting boundaries too. I've set a lot of boundaries with myself. I'm the number one person I talk to every single day. So setting boundaries is very important to me, and I have to make sure that I do that with other people that I deal with too, because that's key. I feel like you definitely, once you're dealing with other people, you definitely have to set boundaries and honestly take accountability. And that's definitely, I came a long way this year trying to do that. So yeah, and then I also want to talk about believing in yourself. I feel like earlier this year, I didn't think I needed other people to believe in me. Like, that's just so lame. I needed other people to believe in me. I don't need anyone to believe in me because you need to believe in yourself before anyone tries to tell you or try to believe in your vision. And basically, I didn't know that at the beginning of well, I did know that at the beginning, but I was just losing it and not realizing, hey, Diamond, how are other people going to believe in you if you are not believing in yourself at the moment? So I feel like I had to really realize that. That was another realization earlier this year that I had to come to terms with. And now that I know everything that I know and done everything that I wasn't happy with or all that, I'm now at terms of taking accountability, believing myself before anybody else has believed in me, and doing what I can to make sure that I'm going to be okay and that I'm going to have a great outlook. So honestly, that's been the vibes. It's been since this month has started, I make sure at the beginning of every month, I make sure to create a list of things and new habits and things I should stop doing that I don't like in myself, that I see myself doing. And I feel like that is a good way to put me in check for the new month. Make sure I'm on a right path of correcting myself. I'm always trying to correct myself. And it sometimes it does get a little unhealthy. I am get too much. I don't want to be a perfectionist, but it just tends to happen sometimes. I'm very much a perfectionist, but I need to stop trying to control every little thing. That's been one of the things on my list this month is making sure I'm not being a perfectionist and trying to control every single thing in my life because I don't control it and I just need to go with the flow of things. So that's another thing on my list is well just making sure that you get what I mean. But creating a list for yourself for the new month is definitely a healthy self-care habit that I think you should get into. I definitely find it way more centering and I try to just incorporate new things. It might sound weird to meditate. I don't know. A lot of people, are you sure about that? But hey, meditate in a circle with your crystals. Like that's literally what I be on. I just sometimes I just when I wake up in the morning, I put a crystal on my head and on my chest, and I just meditate. You know, I need to get my mind right, and I feel like people do not try to take the time. They're like, oh, that's so weird, but just take the time with yourself. Like, there's always someone or whatever the fuck. There's always something talking in your mind. There's always that voice in your head, and for me to get that voice in order and take over, I need to be able to sit and relax and control this and make sure I am steering my day rather than this voice in my head. When I was working a lot, I never had control of the voice in my head, and I swear that bothered me so much. I needed to take control, and that voice was taking control. So I got off topic for a second, but really centering yourself, and this is the perfect time. This new month is the perfect time to correct things, push in new habits, push out new habits, and do what you got to do for yourself. It's a never ending process working on yourself, and you birth alone, you die alone. You know, you constantly need to work on yourself. And I feel like people are so afraid of change and challenges, and you honestly cannot be afraid. You can't be afraid of life. Either life is gonna create a change for you, or you're gonna create the change, and you need to be able to create the change in order to take steer of your life. Period. So yeah, and that's what I've been trying to do, and I feel like look at me trying to spit. But yeah, guys, honestly, you just need to take control of your life, and I want to make sure that I'm giving advice on this podcast and really spit in the word, because I feel like a lot of people get so caught up in their life, and it's good to get caught It's not. I feel like people get so caught up in their problems, and really, you just need to think about how grateful you are. Like, waking, that should be your first thought when you wake up, is how grateful you are. And people are like, it's just, I see a lot of negativity, and you just need to bring it back to centering yourself. What can I do to make this day better? What can I do to make myself better? What can I do to make somebody else that I deal with day better? Like, it's all about balance, and I feel like a lot of people are missing the balance. Like, people are forgetting you. It's okay to take care of yourself. Like, you don't need to get this done right away. You need to feel fine before you do this shit and do this shit and do whatever the fuck you gotta do. So yeah, that's what that's what I gotta say about that. And yeah. This is such a big topic for me that I need to share. It took me a while to really fully believe in myself, and once I was able to know what I wanted to do, know who I wanted to, figure out who I wanted to be, I was able to have that full awareness and be able to believe in myself and make sure other people believed in me. And when I first was telling people my dreams, telling people what I wanted to do in my circle, it seemed very crazy. And I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe is this crazy? Is this not what I was having thoughts of unsureness in myself. And that is a red flag to believing in yourself. You can't have those thoughts. You need to be able to know that this is what you want to do, know that this is what I want to create and where I want to take my life. And once I was able to recognize that and have that self-awareness and tell myself, nobody's gonna knock nobody's not gonna believe in my dream. This is my dream and I'm gonna make this happen and I'm gonna make them believe. So once I was able to have that mindset, I was able to get far and believe in myself and take myself to the next step. And taking accountability. When I was in the past, when I was around people who wanted to party and do all that, and they still knew what my dreams were, I wasn't self-aware and taking accountability in myself, and was being like, hey, Diamond, you know you have things to do, but yet you're not doing that, and that's not mathing. That's not making sense. So I had to take accountability in myself and also rearrange my thoughts in my circle. If my peoples are letting me do this and not taking accountability in themselves too, then this is not going to work out. And you need to be able to, once you know who you are, figure out your self-awareness and take accountability in yourself, you can do that in your circle. That's what needs to happen. When you have friends and you have a circle, you guys need to be able to reciprocate energy, but reciprocate positive, great energy. Push each other. Push. With me and my friends we push reading. We make sure, did you read this chapter? We read the same books. Like, we are always making sure we are growing within ourselves, but making sure the people in our circle are growing too. And in my past relationships, it wasn't that. I thought these people knew me, but they didn't. It just wasn't that. It wasn't reciprocated. But I needed to make sure that I knew myself inside out and made sure I knew what I was doing to be on board and have other people believe in me. So that's why I just wanted to make sure that I talked about that in this episode, because I wouldn't have Diamond Holly Productions right now if I didn't fully believe in myself, in my dream, and be talking about it. So it took me a long time to plug myself into the game, but it's all that self-awareness. That's self-awareness, and I want to make sure that I talk about it, believing in yourself, having that faith. A lot of people do not have faith, and they look at that, like, when you tell somebody, you're like, hey, like, I have faith in this. Like, people think that is crazy. Like, to even say that, it's not crazy to have faith, to believe. It's normal. We need to make that normal. We need to normalize having faith, saying that more in your speech. Words, I truly believe that words are spells, and what you speak and what you say is a spell, and it's fact. You can't say and put out negativity out and think that goodness is gonna come out of that. That's backwards thinking. A lot of people have backwards thinking. You don't want to be that person. You need to have a great outlook. You need to take time with people. Be nice, be kind, and self-awareness. It's all about self. Have faith, believe in yourself. It's all this stuff that I preach on my podcast. I feel like people that I've dealt with, it doesn't click in their minds. They think that, taking care of your mind or self-care, that's wacky. Self-care is whack. It's not. You are important. You deal with you're the number, you're in your side of your head all the time. Like, what I mean by that is you're the number one person you talk to. Like, I spend time with myself a lot. I want to make sure that I am tip top. Like I said, I want to make sure that I'm learning, expanding. I want to make sure if I don't do these things, then how am I going to give it to the people? How am I going to give other people my best self? Like, how am I going to grow with other people? How am I going to make great memories if I'm not happy inside? Like we said, it's mind, body, soul, and I really want to push that. Believing in yourself is amazing, and it's not dumb to believe in yourself or have faith. So really think about that and take what I'm saying to heart, because having faith, I don't know, a lot of people feel like that. I was talking to somebody the other day, like an old friend, and they're like, faith, like just saying like what? It shouldn't be more than that. Simply just believe in yourself. It's not that deep. It really isn't. So I just wanted to touch base on that. And also, guys, me and my dad have a reading list on Instagram that I want you guys to check out. It's this one book that that me and my dad have been reading together, and it's called The Power of, what's it called?
Positive Thinking.
The Power of Positive Thinking. And like I said, words are spells. What you speak out is what you want to attract, and that's super important. Check out the reading list. We're going to update the reading list each week with some new books, nonfiction and fiction, self-care, self-help books. So check that out. I do want to end the episode off with a Halloween fact. It is October. We're getting closer to Halloween, and I want to share a fact with you guys. So the Halloween fact that I found was, in 1966, an episode of the famous cartoon Charlie Brown had a character go trick-or-treating. This was the first time the concept of trick-or-treating was seen on a television program, and I love that. Charlie Brown has always been a cartoon favorite of my family, so I had to tell you guys that Halloween fact. I didn't know that myself, and I think that's super cute. I stopped trick-or-treating in high school. I love trick-or-treating. It's a shame. But me and my friends love it. Hey, okay, don't judge. It was fun while it lasted. But trick-or-treating was always fun when I was a kid. It's always been, obviously it's changed now because COVID, so that kind of sucks. But Halloween, just, even this year, sorry, I'm rambling. But this year, I feel like my Halloween is going to be in the house with my friends and family, carving pumpkins, watching Halloween, baking. Like, that's what I'm doing this year. Like, it's going to be more, like, fun for my family, more connecting, more things to do. And I feel like over the years, it was, like, going out, party, like, woo. But now it's taking care of myself and taking care of my mind and being happy and sharing life with others around me and giving life meaning. And that's what I want to do in my life, is give everything that I do meaning. People said, what was the quote? It was like, meaningful life, something like that. You should make a meaningful, it was something like that, but it was reversed to me. I feel like you should have a meaningful life. And yeah, I need to come up with the quote needs to be better, but I'll link it on Instagram. so glad that you guys were able to gain some insight. Take what I'm putting down and hopefully apply it to your life. It means a lot to be sitting here today. Thank you for all the sponsors that I have gained and more to come. This has been amazing. I'm so excited to feed you guys more content. And don't forget to believe in yourself and have faith. And most importantly, stay